Real News Network.
The Republican Party will not be returning to the pre-Trump era. That fact couldn't be any clearer after the first day of the Conservative Political Action Conference in Orlando, or I guess technically the second day. A golden statue of Donald Trump was rolled in. Not sure if you caught that. Of course, Trump will be speaking Sunday afternoon. We'll have full coverage right here on Newsmax. Everybody's dying to hear what the former president is going to have to say. A lot of speculation on that. There were a lot of big names, though, today, and if you watched any of it, you noticed populism is now firmly the theme of the Republican Party. This is no longer a corporate-friendly political party. Take a listen to Congressman Matt Gaetz.
The greatest threat to our liberty is big government, and the second greatest threat to our liberty is big business.
Second greatest threat to our liberty is big business. Imagine a statement like that coming from a conservative 10 years ago. You'd never hear that. For decades, America was proud of its corporate culture. Massive multinational corporations were a point of pride for the United States and for Americans. Donald Trump exposed a lot of the realities of the corporate stranglehold on the U.S. Matt Gaetz continued on.
Conservatives rightly rail against the evils of socialism, yet the China model perhaps embodies something more dangerous, and we're heading in that direction. A captive capitalism, a corrupt linkage between business and government that enriches the elites and reduces the rest of us to interchangeable parts.
Very well put. When our corporations realized they could go around the American worker and make their widgets overseas and keep way more money for themselves, they abandoned us. The Republican and Democrat parties both allowed this to happen. The only difference is the Republican Party has now changed. We are officially done with globalism. The Democrats, however, are still all in. This is why all the corporations are backing Joe Biden. They will gladly take a small Democrat tax hike and then, of course, lobby for loopholes before they'll be forced to hire American workers and make their products in this country. American labor costs maybe 10 times what it does in China and Southeast Asia. Donald Trump's America First was a nightmare in progress for major corporations. In many ways, it leveled the playing field for small businesses and the American worker. Here's Senator Josh Hawley today.
Not just for big tech, but for all of the huge multinational corporations that have sold us out to China, that have sold out our workers, that have sold out our jobs. They need to be broken up. And we need to have free, fair competition in this country again.
So if that's the party now, what happens to all the rhinos, as Trump calls them, Republicans in name only? The corporations are turning liberal very fast. Corporate marketing commercials push woke agendas now. Corporate HR departments telling employees to be less white. They all backed Joe Biden's run for the White House, praying that they could hold on to the America of old, America the way it was before Trump. So what's the future for a Republican that doesn't have the support of corporate America any longer or the working class? Well, they're toast. It's impossible to see how any of those candidates ever win again in a primary or against a Democrat. Here's Donald Trump Jr. today slamming Wyoming's Liz Cheney.
Lincoln Project Liz, as I'd like to call her, is the leader of that failed movement. And if we want to go back to losing, if we want to go back to an America Last policy, we should be following that. But I don't, and I don't think anyone in this room does either.
Lincoln Project Liz. That's got to hurt. CPAC is a great bellwether for the Republican Party. There's a reason it gets so much attention. Even CNN showed up today. Later, we'll show you what happened to Jim Acosta. You're going to crack up. But this is a big deal. Right now, you could see the Republican Party just clearing a path for Trump again. It kind of seems like that's what's going to have to happen. No politician who has adopted Trump's America First agenda could possibly run against him, right? The question is, will he actually run? It's kind of starting to feel like he's going to. If so, he may have a perfect running mate in Ron DeSantis. The Florida governor's popularity has skyrocketed through COVID. As Newsom and Cuomo slowly destroy their political careers with unnecessary and even harmful lockdowns, The DeSantis response has been rocket fuel for his popularity. He's protected the elderly while letting the less vulnerable people live their lives. I've been down to Florida a few times in the last couple of months. It's incredible. It's the only thing that's gotten me through this winter. New Yorkers are fleeing this high-taxed hellhole as fast as they can for Florida, and it's no surprise why. Here was DeSantis today.
Florida got it right, and the lockdown states got it wrong.
All right, Florida is on fire, and DeSantis deserves all the credit. DeSantis now has a perfect resume to be a VP to Donald Trump in 2024. We'll see what happens.
Hi, Emma Reckenberg here. If you like this video, there's a whole lot more to see on Newsmax TV. You can watch for free right here on our YouTube live stream and be the first one here each time our experts break down real news. Just hit that subscribe button, ring the bell icon, and stay with us on America's fastest growing cable news channel, Newsmax TV.